All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are live in full effect, and we have a fellow Canadian hip-hop MC. We got the one and only Hodder calling in all the way from Nova Scotia, right here live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Good, brother. How about yourself?
Hey, man, doing as best we can possibly be down here. As you already know, we already know you're Canadian as well, man, so you definitely are feeling the aftermath of these mandates and whatnot, man. How's the trucker situation out where you are, man? Do you have any barricades or protests going on out there?
Man, there was a little bit of back and forth. I think they tried to organize something. It didn't really. I think they got lost. I don't know. They tried to organize something and just didn't really amount to anything. There was some protests and stuff, but man, out here it's been pretty quiet. Things have been pretty normal. Even like restriction wise, we haven't been too hard off. People are still wearing masks and whatever, but like businesses are opening back up. We had a great summer, so I really can't complain, to be honest with you.
Hey man, I gotta say, down here in Ontario, man, we're definitely getting the shit end of the stick. But hey, you know what? Hopefully this year will be the end of it, and we can all get back to normal.
That's right, absolutely, man. I'm definitely ready to not have to wear a mask and all that stuff. I can't wait. Being able to do shows and stuff will be some nice, man. But you know, it is what it is for right now. And in the meantime, I'm just happy that we're starting to see things start to open up again. People are able to perform, do what we love, and get together again. So that's, you know, you got to look on the bright side. I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
But I know you're a busy guy, Hodder, so I'm going to dive right into this broadcast. But I want to take you back to the very beginning of your amazing career this far, where you actually first appeared in the local scene in late 2019, where you actually recorded a feature for the individual by the name of Lil Frieza, man. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to actually pursue a career in the music industry? And of course, how did yourself and Frieza get connected?
So me and Frieza are actually tight from way back in the day. We grew up on the same block together. He was just around the corner from me, and we kind of lost touch for a little while, man. But me and another partner of mine were doing a business. We were kind of hosting shows and events and sponsoring parties and stuff. And Frieza was in this hip-hop duo at the time, and I approached him about potentially doing some shows. Anyway, then we just kind of reconnected after a while, and you know, Frieza knew that I was always writing and stuff on the side, but I never put anything out. So Frieza said, man, I'm putting a project together, a little EP or something. Do you want to hop on a song? And I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. So him and my current producer and the head of production for Ibex Music Group now, Blossom Complex, they rolled up to my girlfriend's apartment, and we just recorded the song Frieza Bap, which is currently unreleased, but I'm working on it. We're going to try and push Frieza to drop that. But, yeah, we just recorded it into an isolation booth in my girlfriend's living room. And I think me and Blossom Complex have pretty much linked up at least once a week whenever I'm home ever since then, just constantly recording new stuff. So that's how that's spurred, man.
And I gotta say as well, man, right then and there, it sounds like it was meant to be. And I have to ask, man, when you actually said that Frieza actually noticed that you were writing and whatnot, and then, you know, he kind of convinced you to get on this song, did you, before he came back around, did you ever have like an itch to kind of like, you know what, I got to take these words on this paper and actually put them into audio? Did you ever actually have that idea, or were you just writing just to get things off your chest?
No, big time, man. I had bought like just a cheap Audio-Technica USB microphone. I plugged it into FL Studios on my shitty old Microsoft laptop and was trying to be a producer and a rapper, and really wasn't doing either one properly. I sucked at it. And then just, you know, Frieza popped in and was like, yo, like, I know you're writing. And then over the last 2 years, going on 3 years now, I guess, I've just been watching over the shoulder of Blossom Complex while they're sitting there doing production, mixing, mastering, making a beat from scratch. Like, Blossom can produce a beat in like a half hour, wicked production. And it's just like being able to sit there every day with a producer of that caliber and just like watch what they're doing, sit in on the mixing and mastering. Like, I'm getting there, but no, to go back to your question, when I first started, I had a shitty USB microphone, a ripped version of FL Studios, and I wasn't doing justice to anything.
Hey man, like I said, we all got to start somewhere, man. When I first started up this station, I had a cell phone and a pair of earbuds. That's legit, and now I have a full-on studio, man. So yeah, I got to start somewhere and just work your way up.
That's wicked, man. And I see that you're nominated for, what is it, Slept On Personality of the Year?
Yeah, man, slept on. I got to say, it's actually kind of like pretty cool because they're actually way out there in the way out there in like the southern United States, man. So it's definitely kind of cool to be recognized from individuals way out there.
No, absolutely, man. Like, I stumbled onto your radio station there, when we first made contact a couple months ago, and I've just kind of been tuning in here and there, and, like, I've been listening to your show, and I'm like, oh, like, this guy's actually spinning some dope stuff. Like, we don't have anything like that out here in Halifax or anywhere on the East Coast, man. So I've been tuned into your show, and I can definitely say that your guys' show definitely deserves some more recognition. But like you say, we started out with a cell phone, some earbuds, and I'm excited to see what the future has for you guys.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, 24/7, 365. We never stop the hip hop, man. We always got something spinning here on 97.7.
No, that's perfect, man.
But when you actually brought up,
you can never forget to be a fan.
hey man, I gotta say that's definitely true, man. But I gotta dig into this, man. When you actually said you brought up Blossom a few moments ago, yourself and Blossom Complex, man, actually founded Ibex Music Group together, man, where you both are co-owners. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this business partnership, and of course, man, what services do you guys actually offer to the general public today? Because I do know restrictions are being lifted, and we're pretty much at the end of this pandemic, man. So if you can sell your business, man, so for the artists out there that are listening, can come by and purchase some studio time, man.
Absolutely. So Ibex operates as an independent label and also as a recording studio. The services that we offer the artists that we sign to the label side of things, we do the production, we do the marketing, photo shoots, videos. We'll put a calendar together for how to roll out your Instagram posts, your Facebook posts, your TikToks, all that stuff, your best engagement. We'll sit down and do like little workshops with our artists step by step, like, all right, just looking at how to maximize your engagement online. And then we'll also tap into like targeted ads and different conversions through Facebook marketing, how to get the best return for your dollar when you're investing in marketing into your own music. Because that's something that's not, it's hard to access as an independent artist. And to be honest, as far as Ibex goes, the label side of things, we make almost zero return. I didn't set it up as a business. I set it up as we've got some amazingly talented artists out here in Halifax and surrounding areas. And the access to music is so limited out here that there's just too much talent that somebody had to open a gate and make it accessible for people. So I'm in a position where I'm able to do that. Blossom Complex has the knowledge. Went to school for business, music business, so a strong expertise in that field. And we both just have the drive and the work ethic that, all right, let's just see what we can do with this. And it's been really rewarding to see the artists that we have so far putting out good projects with a great feedback. And on the other side of things, as a studio, I have the cheapest rates for studio time in Halifax. Most studios here are renting, $30 to $40 an hour, minimum of 3 hours. I do flat rate, $50. You have the studio from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Leave me alone for 12 to 1 so I can eat. But besides that, $50 is yours for the day.
I gotta say, man, that's actually phenomenal, man. Because a lot of studios, once they actually get situated and whatnot, the prices go up, man. And a lot of individuals, especially this day and age with the pandemic and whatnot, man, it's really hard. It's really tough on people's pockets, man. So it's great to have phenomenal services like yourself that really help individuals that are talented but might not have a big enough wallet.
No, absolutely, and that's it. Like you say, like as people get situated in a professional studio, you got the gear, you got the booth, soundproofing, you're bringing in engineers and producers, like the price is going up. With Ibex, the idea is when you come into Ibex, you come into our network, and our network has those connections where it's, all right, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Let's bring this together. Let's make a community. And it's rolled really smoothly so far, and I'm hoping to continue that dynamic energy and just keep building momentum. because like we've got some pretty great reliable connections right now. Recently brought on booking agents. We've got some agents that are looking to get sponsors and stuff. We started partnering with podcasts, letting them record in our studio. Just putting the name out there and meeting people, networking with people, because music is not any different than anything else. Whether you're an engineer, you're working out in Alberta, you're stocking shelves, whatever you do, it's about who you know. That kind of makes your day either shitty or not shitty. And music's no different, networking. I made some great connections with marketing. That's pretty much, I didn't really learn anything by Google searching, because it's hard to follow. You find somebody that knows it really well, and they're willing to share that knowledge with you, and that's way more beneficial than searching through a million different blogs and ads and wasting money on practicing different things. You find somebody who has the formula, and now I can share it with my artists. And that's what it's all about for us.
And also as well, man, May 7th, 2021, you released the phenomenal 7-track album titled Off My Chest. I was wondering, what's the story behind this phenomenal record? And of course, where can our listeners actually buy or stream themselves a copy if they haven't already done so today?
Well, thank you, man. I'm glad you like the album. It's, I think we were all feeling the same way at that point in time. Like, the world was like teetering on like, all right, is everything going to end today or what? Like, everybody was frustrated. We were inside. We were wearing masks. You can't see your friends or your family. People are dying left, right, and center. Like, it was not a great situation. No one was walking around with a smile on their face, and I had some stuff to get off my chest, so I piled it all together in this little 7-track project. Got together with Frieza. We did a couple skits. Blossom produced the whole thing, and we just rolled it out, man. There's actually a lot of stuff on the album that I had to cut because, there was, on top of the COVID situation, there was stuff, as an artist and as a person, you deal with stuff in your personal life. So there was some tracks we had to cut. I threw some diss tracks with people that I just went way too far on, and we actually toned that album back. It was actually way more aggressive when we did, like, the initial cut. We were like, all right, like, let's scale this back a bit. But yeah, like, it was one of those moment kind of things. I don't know if my career will lead me back towards some, crazy horrorcore hip hop like that again, but it was fun to do, and it was fun to get off my chest.
And I gotta say as well, man, especially dealing with everything that the world was going through, man, music is the best way to actually just relieve that stress, man. So at the end of the day, man, you did what you felt was right. You did get everything off your chest, man. So at the end of the day, if people got butt hurt, well, shit, that sucks to be them, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, that's right, man. Absolutely.
But also as well, man, I actually saw that you actually have your own Spotify playlist actually titled Recreational Underground, man. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that. And of course, if any artists are out there listening that want to get on your playlist, how can they go about doing so?
Yeah, man. So I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not charging anybody to get on this playlist. I don't have phenomenal plays on it. It's something that I did kind of like a little passion project one afternoon. Recreational Underground is just a little playlist I made with some of my favorite songs from local artists, Canadian hip-hop. And I just kind of went through and, like, that's the only reason. I have Spotify and Apple Music, and I just use Spotify for, like, the local homies because I'm like, all right, like, in music when you're coming up, it's a huge numbers game. Stats are really important. And so I'm like, all right, well, Apple Music doesn't show anybody stats, and no one's like, oh, I've got this many 100,000 followers on Apple Music, because that doesn't matter. But it matters on Spotify, so that's why I have Spotify. And I was like, all right, well, if I have Spotify so I can show support for people and just keep playing their stuff, I was like, I might as well try and put a playlist together, and just so I can have everybody's stuff bumping in one spot. And then it's like, all right, like, for example, if I'm listening to, like, Wave Lord's new album, and then I'm listening to Frantic's new album, or new single or whatever, then it's like, okay, we'll just have it all in one spot. Because you might have an album that, all right, not everything fits this hype party vibe, but like, you got 2 or 3 singles from this album, 2 or 3 singles from that album. Next thing you know, you got all your boys' dopest tracks on one playlist, and you could share it with people. And like I said, that's what music is about, is community, sharing with people. And information or just a good experience listening to music is, both very beneficial things.
And also as well, man, January 28th of this year, you actually released a single titled Killers. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this most recent release. And of course, where can our listeners actually stream or purchase that phenomenal record today?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you liked the song. The Killers was just something that me and my homie Badfish out of Truro, Nova Scotia, we kind of put it together. We had like the original beat that Blossom Complex put together was titled Samurai Champloo. So, if you're an old hip-hop head, you know what that is basically referencing. It's a straight reference. And we were like, all right, like, let's rap on top of this. So we were kind of bouncing some ideas back and forth, and I actually got the final mix from Badfish, honestly, probably about a year ago. And I've just been sitting on it because I've got this album I'm working on as well, and I was like, shit, I should finish up that song and just kind of roll that out. And I did. The idea behind the song was just like, everything's like, oh, hyper pop this, auto tune, and like, I'm not shitting on anything because like, music is a developmental thing. It's always in motion. There's new things coming in. The same way like the guys in the 90s doing boom bap, then heard trap and were like, whoa, this is shit. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying with Killers was you guys forgot about lyricism, and like lyrically will kill you. And that's what the song is about. It's just, man, like, I'm poking, I'm playing, I'm having fun, and it's just kind of, man, we're bringing some bars. There's some fun bars in there. There's some, there's some aggressive, like, come from my roots of battle rap kind of bars. And it was just like a fun kind of like, me and Badfish just kind of went back and forth for a couple months beforehand. Just, we were trying to outdo each other, who had the best bars, who had the best verse, and we both just kind of settled on what we had. I threw a chorus in there. And, so you guys can find Killers anywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Google, you name it, it's probably on there. It's on TikTok, too, so I don't know what kind of TikToks you can make with that song, but impress me. I'll check them out.
And also as well, when you actually mentioned that you have an album actually in the works, I actually read about that actually on Instagram, man, where I read that it's currently in its final stages. I was wondering, what can our listeners actually expect from this up-and-coming record release? And of course, do you have an estimated release date of this project?
So the initial release date for this album was September 24th of 2021. We had 32 songs for the album, and there was a lot of dope stuff in there, but it just wasn't a coherent body of work where I was like, all right, these would be dope as singles, but like there's no flow. It's almost impossible to make a track list with it. So we scrapped probably 28 of those songs for the time being and started again from like mid-September on. And we're in the final stages right now. The whole idea of this album was I want to make some stuff that when you listen to it, you don't forget about Off My Chest, but we're also going in a new direction. I'm trying to bring in a little bit more, I don't want to say commercial music, but like more pop, hip-hop kind of beats. Some stuff that can kind of, there's no doubt that if you listen to Off My Chest, no one's going to say Hodder's soft by any means, and Hodder can't spit or none of that. But I also want to kind of put myself in a position where I can be not a household name, but you can listen to my music and if you're at a family barbecue or something, you can hit that on and be like, man, like check this song out. You might like this generational music. So that's the idea of this album. Is just kind of open up and kind of go into more demographics and maybe be a less niche genre, so to speak. But at the same point in time, stand true to that I believe in lyrics. I'll stand behind any bar I write, and also make sure no one forgets "Off My Chest Happened." So that's the direction of this album right now. We're in the final stages of it. I'm waiting for 2 features to come back, and then we're sending everything in for the final masters, and that'll be it.
But I have to ask, man, other than this up-and-coming record, what is next for yourself, Hodder, man? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Prescott, Ontario FM dial this evening.
No, man, we pretty much touched on everything. There's a lot of stuff I got in the vault that's going to be rolling out that I am still really excited for people to hear. Didn't make it to this album, but I've got like the next 2 years of music planned out, which puts me in a very comfortable position. And my big focus is going to be performance. So hopefully in the near future, I'll be able to come out and see you guys in Ontario, go all the way west, and then hopefully all the way back. But yeah, man, my big focus right now is just being able to interact with people, build a fan base, get to know people, interact, and do what we love to do, man, perform live.
And also, Hodder, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Hodder if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, man, well, I appreciate that. You guys can find me on any social media at Hodder Music. I think I'm Hodder Music, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. If you're into that, look me up. Hire me for your gigs. Yeah, no, you can find me everywhere, Hodder Music. And as far as shout-outs go, man, I just got to shout out the whole Ibex Music Group family, Blossom Complex, Lil Freezer for the come-up, and my homie Frantic. He's another local artist you guys got to check out. He puts on a promotion group called The Get Down. They book a lot of the shows in Halifax. Really great for supporting local artists, so you got to check out Frantic on Instagram.
And I got to say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and coming on the 97.7 FM airwaves. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And whenever your album does drop, make sure you hit me up, man. We can definitely get you back on and help run some numbers.
No, man, I really appreciate the opportunity to come on, chat with you. I enjoyed all your questions, and hopefully we'll be chatting again here soon.
Hey, most definitely, man. We're connected on social media, so you already know, man. I'm ready whenever you are, man. But for now, definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing some brand new Hodder this year.
Yeah, man, lots to come. So hopefully there's something in there that you enjoy.
Hey, man, you already know, man. I enjoy your music, man. So I already know this album's gonna be fire, man. I haven't even heard it yet.
So I appreciate that, man. Keep the nominations coming, dude. I'm gonna go figure out how I can vote for you on that award. So.
Hey, man, I appreciate that as well, man. I really do, man. If you can, vote for me as much as you like, man. I ain't gonna complain.
Sounds good, brother.
Hey, man, most definitely, man. Have yourself a wonderful night out there in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, man, take her easy. Have a good one. Stay safe.
Hey, man, you as well.
All right, peace out.